Yo, good evening, you guys. It's your boy Ben Mahari here, represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the entire basketball community. If you want more basketball content, tune in to Basketball Conversations every Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Time. This is where we discuss basketball-related topics, news, debates, and everything else in the world of basketball. All right. As for historical perspective is concerned, I'm going to post a poll every Tuesday and Thursday so you guys can see some videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time. That's going to be the new format from this point forward since we're at 1,000 subscribers, and it's the best way to connect with you guys and get you guys your video requests and see what video would you like me to cover on. So, with that out the way, let's get down to business here. So, the big news coming out of the NBA today, Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to remain with the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, so according to ESPN, uh, Giannis Antetokounmpo signs the biggest contract in NBA history. So therefore, he basically signed an extension, the new deal that's going to give him 5 years and exactly $228 million. And like I said, the biggest supermax contract in NBA history. Okay, so according to his agent, basically the $228 million deal is going to include an opt-out clause in his deal on the fourth year of his contract. So therefore, even though he's going to be committed to 5 years, he has an opt-out clause in the contract that can make him become a free agent if he wants to leave in case if anything goes down. But uh, on his Twitter, this is what pretty much Giannis had to say about signing his contract. He said, and quote, "This is my home. This is my city. I'm blessed to be able to be a part of the Milwaukee Bucks for the next 5 years. Let's make these years count. The show goes on. Let's get it." And I have to say, I'm very proud of Giannis Antetokounmpo for basically committing himself to staying in Milwaukee. Because let me be honest with y'all, I was getting irritated and getting tired of the sports media like ESPN and Fox Sports, pretty much trying to persuade in a sense to try to convince Giannis to basically leave Milwaukee and basically join up like the big market teams like Golden State, Los Angeles, Miami. I was just getting really irritated about that, and it really illustrates the fact about how a lot of these small market teams are always falling under the eight ball because a lot of these star players, they are so listen, they get heavily influenced a lot from what the media says. They try to come out and say that they don't, but it's not always the case. They always are have their ears listening to what the mass media always has to say about it. And with Giannis, he also is the third player in NBA history to win an MVP award and Defensive Player of the Year award, and he's a two-time MVP as well. He has received some criticism for not getting his team past the Eastern Conference. But the one thing that I would say is that listen, the man has pretty much has put this team on his back. He's 25 years old and he's still the most dominating player as in his position right now. Now remember, when Shaquille O'Neal during the 90s was also one of the most dominating players in the NBA. But people tend to forget, including Shaq himself, that he was regularly swept out of the playoffs during the 90s. Remember, 94 against the Pacers, they got swept. 95, when they made the NBA Finals, they got swept. In the conference finals against the Michael Jordan and the resurgent Bulls, they got swept. And when he became a free agent and left to Los Angeles, his team lost in 5 games against the hands of the Jazz. The next year, they made the conference finals, and then they got swept by Utah again. Then in 99, you know what I'm saying? They got swept by the San Antonio Spurs. They went on to win the NBA championship. And it wasn't until Phil Jackson, became head coach and basically changed the team. And when Kobe Bryant finally got into his prime, this is when they started winning some championships. You know what I'm saying? But, I've always been a guy that has always appreciated what, Giannis' abilities and what he's been able to do. All right. The Bucks need to find a second superstar to play with Giannis. All right. He's not going to be a knockdown shooter. That's just never part of that's not part of his game. Do I want him to improve his jump shot? Yes, but the Bucks need to pursue a second superstar to help Giannis. I do not trust Chris Middleton at all, and I know a lot of you Bucks fans you don't either. All right, Chris Middleton is better as a third or fourth option. But if you try to put him as a second option, he's going to crack under the pressure. And the Bucks need to do whatever they can to try to make the best out of those 4 remaining years. Okay, because remember, if the Bucks don't get to the NBA Finals within those 4 years, he can opt out and become a free agent. Okay, but I will tell you this: I want to say on a personal note, I'm very happy that he decided to stay in Milwaukee. I'm very happy that he didn't succumb to the pressure of what the media expected him to do, or what the demands of what the media wanted him to do, and play for a big market team, or basically team up with another superstar. You know what I'm saying? He wants to win a championship basically on his own terms from the ground up, and I respect that from him. It's that old school mentality that that the old superstars that they had. You know what I mean? Not to today's generation where you have superstars that want to team up with each other to form a super team and win a championship. You know, the thing about that aspect is that, with winning a championship from the ground up adds more, validation, but also it adds more, sense of pride that you finally achieved a championship, even though basically as an underdog. Now remember, when LeBron won his championship in 2016, okay, they were underdogs against that dominant Golden State Warriors team that won 73 games. Okay, and they were down 3 games to 1. And normally in the NBA Finals, when you're down 3-1, you pretty much are signing your own death warrant, because there's no chance that you would come back from a 3-1 deficit. But the Cavaliers were able to, win the next 3 games to win the next 3 games to win the championship. And even though LeBron was proud of those 2 championships he won in Miami, the 2016 championship is the one that he cherishes the most, because he literally had to battle and had to grind to win that championship. And he won it for his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, that hadn't seen a championship in 5 to 6 decades. All right. Think about all the opportunities that all the Cleveland franchises that had to win a championship. Most notably the Cleveland baseball team. I'm not going to mention their name. All right. They made it to the World Series way back in the day, and basically only won one title in 1948, but they fell short, at the hands of that great catch by Willie Mays that propelled them from getting swept. All right. Then they made the World Series after years of futility in 1995, when they won 100 games and lost at 6 to the Braves. And then they were 3 outs away from winning the title in 97, until Jose Mesa blew the save and lost to the Florida Marlins. All right. And don't get me started on the Cleveland Browns. All right. How many times they fell short of a championship at the hands of John Elway? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of Cleveland fans remember that. But my point is that, with LeBron winning that championship, it had much more, sense of pride, and sense of, winning a championship for your home team, that made it much more rewarding than those 2 other titles with the Miami Heat. That's all I'm saying about it. So the synopsis of what I'm trying to say is that, you know, what I like about what Giannis is doing is he's not succumbing to, joining up with a super team to win a championship. Okay. He wants to win a championship basically on his own validity by his own terms. And you can't help but to respect that, especially in today's basketball where you don't see a lot of that, decisions often in basketball. And so I really, adore Giannis for doing exactly what he had to do, to remain in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? But now it's up to the Bucks to make use of what they have right now. You can't just listen. The worst case scenario I have for is that the Bucks wasted those years, those prime years of Giannis, and didn't win a championship out of it. All right. They have to find a way to keep building around the talents of Giannis, and please get a second superstar. If they can get a second superstar around him, I think they'll be in great shape to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? But but salute to Giannis for basically making that decision to stay in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people are estimating like sign and trade. Oh, he's going to leave after the 4th year. We don't know what's going to happen within those years. All right. The only thing you could hope for is that the Bucks can get the best out of Giannis and win a championship out of it. That's what the goal is going to be. And so, salute to Giannis. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks and their fan base. You're going to have your centerpiece for pretty much for a while, and now it's the journey to a championship, and continues on in Milwaukee. And now the Bucks are going to have to continue to build around Giannis and help him pursue the championship that he so desperately needs. You know what I'm saying? And he's 25 years old, and I believe that he's only going to get better. So that's my 2 cents about the whole thing. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Peace.